that I have to start the session, followed by I need to record entire session. So, guys, welcome to the session. Hopefully, my screen is visible to you guys. I think Nikhil.
Hi.
Hi, is
Hello.
is my screen visible?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So day before yesterday we had a session towards offense management. Hopefully you people have understand. If at all not, just go back and see that particular class again. So that video will give you so much of presence how you need to handle the offense. See, and even I did not give that what should I say? Taking tough time. Oh, it's okay. Uh, Nikhil, have you completed this assignment? So, have you taken that all stuff and
Uh, Low level, high level.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
the low level and high level categories which I told you to take out. So it's okay if not, do it as early as possible. I'll post that in the class also. Please assign, try to take out the data again. Before
know.
that, what's happened to my Curador? So, system, see clear status, catch. It's running fine. What's the issue? Started, but the page is not coming. It's okay. It won't take more time. Yeah, guys, we have seen what is the dashboard, what is log activity, what is you can say we have seen offense management. Now we will go towards what is asset. So basically, if you are seeing the asset, what is asset basically? Can anyone say what is asset?
Access is an device devices of IP address.
Okay, asset is something. Don't go too much technical. It's okay. Asset is something what we used to build up in our case. If you have a home, if you are purchasing something, that will be asset to you. You are purchasing a bike, that is a movable asset. Something like you are purchasing some land, some building. So you start increasing your domain of your property. Yes or no? So like that, if you watch. Uh, that QRadar, while after installing that QRadar, if you go and see the particular QRadar session, you won't get anything in the QRadar by default. The data is to be something like this. So I'll before that at least I'll open my uh, 14 days. At least we can take out this for the time being. So asset is something whatever you are attaching to your property, something like that only. So at the same time, Curadar by default they don't have any assets with respect to your organization. So while getting the so many logs and all, you start understanding that there are some assets with respect to your organization, or you can say with respect to the company, or you can say with respect to network. So while understanding the understanding your organization, it will populate some assets in assets tab. where it will store? It will store in PostgreSQL. I told you the entire configuration and assets and reports will be stored in PostgreSQL. So this same assets data will be stored in the QRadar asset tab. There is something tab is there in our QRadar. It will be shown there as a asset profile. So it will do asset profiling by 4 means. There are 4 means where you can start populating your asset. Asset is something that may be computer, that may be a router, that may be something server or any means of your component of your organization. So if you see there is something tab called assets. If you see in a QRadar, so we have seen dashboards, we have seen log activity, we have seen offense. See how offense will be populated, something like this. The offense will be populated. So there is no data right now, it's okay, but for something like this, okay. So at the same point of there is something called assets. So assets give the entire your whatever domain, or you can say whatever network, if it is there, then the asset is give the entire correlation aspect. If you see any log activity, there is if you used to see any IP, if you mouse over it, just go and keep your mouse on that particular IP address, you will get some name of your you can say that may be DNS name, that may be your computer name, some your WINS name, along with the IP address, and along with that you will get some network history. So all those will be captured by this QRadar with various options. See, there are something called network hierarchy in admin tab. If you see, there is a tab called admin network hierarchy, where you can populate your entire network of your entire organization. You can create your entire organizations. So we will talk about network hierarchy. When the network hierarchy tab come, we will talk about how to create and all. We will talk about all this, but I'm just showing how network hierarchy looks like. So it see something like this. If you see this may be your DMZ internal external. This will be NAT range. This will be NAT 10 to 170 to 190 range, and these are your proxy servers. Something like that. You can create your own set of network hierarchy according to your organization requirement. You can add. See, you can add by you can add group. You can add some XYZ. See, if I add something like some CQA network. So I have added. So if I am giving something DMZ, or you can say I am giving some admin. Okay, group is CQA. So I am giving some network ranges, some 211.0.0.0/24, and I don't want to give any description. I want to add India. India is the country. You can, if you have longitude, latitude, you can just create. Okay, this is must be selected 211.0.0.0/24. I have to add to this one. See, it will add it over here. So now I create. See, if you see here on the bottom, see on the bottom, if you see, you get some your special group. So the entire group will be shown here. When you get any IP related to 211, it automatically says. If you go in a log activity, if you see any IP, just mouse over it, you can come to know what is the meaning of that. You will get an entire network even range, you will get it over here. So if you get some logs, see some logs is coming. If you mouse over it, just stop and keep a mouse over it. See, it's taking some time. Okay, see, just mouse over it. It is populating some network range. See, it is populating some network range. At the same point of time, if this particular source IP is your organization IP, and if it is added in your assets tab, assets, see, there is no assets populated, but if your this particular source IP is also your asset, then the asset name also will populate here along with the network range. Along with the network range, you will also get the DNS name, so and so, and you will get all that information which is assets, whatever the asset it is there. And you can also do directly the same activity, whatever you want to do. Something like, see, you can do so many filters. You can do see more options, navigate. It will take you to information. See, asset profile. If there is an asset is there, then it will be populated. just you click over here, then it will take you to asset. So this is something called correlation towards your organization. By seeing this source IP, you can come to know what is your DNS name, and it will give the entire asset. What is asset? Once you have an asset, you know what is your size. If you are purchasing some land, you know what is the height, what is the what is the length, what is the breadth, what is the size of your land, what is your when were your registration was completed, what is the cost of that, and whether the pole is there, whether a road is there, what is the north, what is the right direction. Same like in a assets, you can come to know that there are something like who all are the login sessions, and what are the source IPs that has been attached to that particular asset. See, asset is generally on the basis of IP address and DNS name. So DNS name is always similar. See, the host name may be unique, but IP may be variable according to DHCP. So what could be our first criteria? So asset can be populated through DHCP also. Okay. So here we can come to know asset name is something like always unique. So if you are creating some host name, so it remains, generally it remains till the time you manually not change, that particular asset name will be remains that host name only. Once, but this IP may be variable. Why? Because in your organization your DNS may be DHCP may be enabled. Generally DHCP used to be enabled in every organization like that. For the every organization there should be some, for every hostname there used to be have some lease period of IP. After that it will be rechanged and all, you will get some new IP. So all those IPs list will be populated here with respect to asset name, and it will be given with some ID, and at the same time it will have some operating system. If at all is there has any vulnerabilities, if you have any vulnerability manager integration with this, then you will populate with the CVSS score and vulnerability score. We will see how to integrate your VSCAN. We will see, though there is no session, there is no syllabus, but I will surely try to provide you that how to create your Nessus and integration with QRadar. And what are the services is running. If your asset is something AD server, if asset is your some client, if your asset may be a desktop. So for every asset, so now it's come to the process from services. So we have seen for the IP addresses, we come to know that there is a DHCP service which will populate these assets. Whenever there is a new IP come with these assets, it will be populated and added here. So one of the area where you can get the from where this particular asset will be populated through DHCP logs. Okay. So once you are getting any DHCP logs, if there is a host name and a IP, if you found, that means you are giving to your organization only. You are not giving to any other organization. Yes or no? So that means whatever the data you are collecting as a log from DHCP logs, it will populate your assets. So QRadar by default understand that if you are getting some DHCP logs in your log source, so that log source is one of the main key point where these assets will be populated. Okay. The second one, from where you are getting the logs. Second is DNS. DNS also, whenever you are creating any DNS, that may be static, that may be a volatile, that may be dynamic. So these two services also only it will be given to your organization only. Generally, if your computer is entering into your organization and into your domain, then only DNS used to be populated with respect to any hostname and with respect to IP address. So those data will be carried. So what is the first source of population of assets? First source of populating assets is DHCP. Second source of population is DNS. Okay. Then there is, as we have seen, if you are integrated with any VSCAN, so to whom you used to do a VSCAN? To your organization only. Generally you used to do a vulnerability assessment. Then only we can come to know. Whenever there is a VSCAN happens, those data will also populate. So what is our third point of contact for populating assets is VA. Whenever there is a VA happens, then this particular things will be automatically added to assets. So these three are the main, and there is a fourth one is flow. So if there is a client and server communication happens, or you can say client to client communication happens, and it is continuously happens over the period of time, and it is, if it is related to your network hierarchy, if it is that particular IP, source IP or destination IP is related to network hierarchy, and that flow, that network flow may have, if it has a IP address along with the host name, then it will also get populated over here. What are the four? First is DHCP logs, second is DNS logs, third is VScan. Whatever you are scanning for your organization, those logs will be automatically, those assets will be automatically populated in assets. So, and fourth is flows. So this is a continuous activity where QRadar used to correlate and understood that yes, this is my organization's IP and this is the DHCP log, and it understood that this is your particular this particular asset, and it finds that this asset is of my organization. So it will add it over here. It starts from 1000. It will maximum populate of 9,99,999. Okay, it will populate up to 9,99,000 assets, and you can search asset by so many options. See, so you can also search if you have some set of names, means of, see, these are the saved searches by default is there. If you want to select search FTP servers, you want to search HTTP servers, you have discovered new asset discovered in last 7 days. How many new assets discovered in last 7 by this QRadar? You can come to know what is the web talkers, what is the Windows assets. So like that. So what is mean by Windows assets? Your operating system is a Windows, then it is called a Windows asset. If it is a Linux, you can come to know Linux. So like there are other options. See, you can select all these columns. So CVSS score is less than 5, greater than 5, like that, and your operating system is so and so. These are the columns you are getting over. If you go back and see, these are the columns. See, these are the columns. So is this the only 4 ways to populate the assets? No, there is another way, that is called manual. You can also add manual. You can add an asset. You can add an asset by click here. See, you can add an asset. Now I am going to add an asset. See, so if you have a MAC address, you can add. So first and foremost, I want to add first MAC address. So I will take from my system. So I am adding my get MAC. See, this is my physical address. So I'll add this. Now added. NIC card, I want to give new IP. IP is 192. So I'm giving manually. Whatever you want to give, you can give. 168.1.10. Okay, 1.20. So it is added, and this is my MAC address. Now what is my name? Host name. If you have a host name, I'm telling Lavish is my host name. Don't add it. If you have any NetBIOS, generally it used to be NetBIOS is something like along with the DNS name, something IBM.in, something like this. Add. So these things have given. So you want to give any given name. If I'm giving this is a Lavish PC, location is Bangalore, description is the Adam PC, admin PC. So is then wireless AP? Yes, it is something Jet Viper. You can give. Is there any? So I want to add all. See, paste. Switch ID some 2122 and port ID is 2022. I am giving some operating system. You can give some operating system. It is vendor is Windows. By default it is not getting. So okay, Microsoft, yes, it is Windows, and it is version is 11. Okay, so like that. It is not taking by because that exactly I don't know the version, so I am adding something like this. So whatever. So if you have any CVSS score earlier, you can add, else you leave. So once you are integrated with the VA virtual vulnerability assessor, you can say vulnerability server, you can get it. Who is the business owner? See, Vishnu is the business owner. Contact number some number. Technical owner is Lavish, and you give this number. Technical user is Lavish. Okay, you can give some name, something. This one is my technical user. Now I am going to save. See, it will populate now one asset with a one ID number. See, pending, it will be pending. Why it is pending? You are adding something manually. That's the reason you need to do some deployment changes. Whatever you are doing some assets manually, you need to do this particular deployment. I already told. See, it is already started. It has given 1001, but it will show here. It will give some undeployment changes. Why? Because you are changing some database. See, network hierarchy, and see, you are adding some user. So like that. So you need to give. So now it is populated 1001 as a ID, and this is your IP address and the asset name and everything. But the entire thing, whatever you are watching here, this will be populated by using DHCP, DNS, flow, as well as VA automatically bulk. If you wanna have, you can also add bulk. See, you can export or import assets by using. If you have a set of 100 or 200 set of data, but just first export it, then you will get what are the things to be added. So you will get it. You need to add all those things, and you just add to. See, you can create this. Just double click. So you will get some set of data. So these things to be provided for the entire organization. You can also manually add like that. Yeah, I am giving now 1002, some magnitude 0. This is Vishnu, some IP 192.168, like 2.20. It's a default domain 0. And Lavish PC weight is 0. You can give any weight. Weightage means how much important it is. You see, it is giving some formatted last scene. It is now, you need not to give. You need not to give. If you don't have anything, you need not to give. Host ID is 1002. You can give manually. Microsoft net domain is net. What is dot name is same. Net is net. Everything is similar. I am not giving more complicated. So like that, I have whatever I have, I am providing. Okay. Lavish admin, lavish. So lavish. So if you don't have anything, you just leave it as it is. So now I am saving this. Save as in the computer desktop. Okay. As a CSV only. Now it's saved. Just close. Don't save. It has already saved over there. You can also import. See, you can also import assets by using same CSV file. Like that, you can give it to your organization to different domain, and you can upload your CSV file. See, it is now. See, this is the way you can import. Only these many 4 is more than sufficient. Import assets. It will import. You will get 1002. See the success. Your file has been uploaded. Asset will be now processed. You will be redirected. Once asset screen will be look for the updated. See, once it is done, I will do reset so that you will get the another. It will take some time, but it will populate here. No worries. Or we can see over here only, or we have changed anything. Why? Because we have not changed the MAC and all. That's the reason it may not populate it. It's okay, but we can see. See, we have given so much of information. And this last user over here, you will get all the number of users, and you will get all the IP list here. Now it is only one, that's why it is not giving anything. but it will be something like you will get some hand over here. Just you will click on this IP, you will get entire list. Okay. And what are else? These are so much of, see, this is so much of entire information will be provided here. So you can also add so much of custom properties, network interface information. See, we have given so much of information. So by looking this, you can come to know what is the nearest IP, you can say switch, what is your nearest network, what is your near, you can pinpoint exact. So why? Because you can also know what is the switch ID, what is the switch ID, what is the switch port ID, what is the network, what is the network range. Now you got everything. By this and all, now you can get the information of, so you can pinpoint this particular asset. So this is the main usage. Okay. So now you can come to know how this asset will be. You can check. You can also search. You can say you can search some servers by using some set. See, this is the option. Server discovery. Why? Because every organization used to have their own servers. So if you want to search on the assets, so it is quite easy. Server discovery is one of the you can say one of the preset where you can discover all your server list. So if you want to search database server, so these are the ports by default from various. You can also edit. If you want to add and delete, you can edit and add. See, this is a building block where the following ports, one is 1433, that is MS SQL, 1434 is MS SQL, 330 is Squid SQL, 66 some XY, 1521 is MS SQL, sorry, MySQL, all these ports are MySQL, followed by some of them are Oracle, some of them are some DB2, so other IBM DB2 and all other Maria database, and there are so many databases. These are the main ports related to database. So like that, you can also see. You can also check DHCP servers. See, if DHCP servers are there, the ports will be differ. It will be something 67 and 68. By default, ports are there. You can search and check your discover. You can check the servers. What are the servers that are available in your organization? Like said, DNS, FTP, LDAP, see mail server, proxy server, RPC, SNMP. So use the type. Sir, you can also define your own. You can also define and add all assigned and unassigned. You can give anything, and you can also search over the network. See what all the networks that you want to search. So I want to search on CQA. Yeah, you can. So now you can go for server search. If you have multiple networks, then you can search. See, if you have multiple domains, see, people used to have IBM.in, IBM.Canada, IBM.US. So something like, so you want to search on only Indian network, then you can search IBM.in. If you want to search all the servers related in IBM.US, you can search. So that can be once this asset is populated, then only. So this will take so much of time. It is, as I said, this is a continuous process. IBM should understand first, this is your organization's computer. So then only it will start populating the things. And one of the main area where you can get, you will get it from flows. That is one of the main area where you can start getting the you can say your assets. And the second one is DHCP, third one is DNS. Fourth one is, you can say, as I said, if you are scanning something in your organization, VA scan. So once you, after the completion of scan, it should be added to somewhere. The entire, the whatever the things that added, that will be goes here only. See, that is the reason there is a specifically aggregated CVS and vulnerabilities is provided. See, services, if any ports is communicating in some 80 port, 85 port, 8081 port. So by seeing these services, you can come to know who is the last user, who was the last user accessed. So on assets, who is the last user and who was the last seen, and all those things you can be populated here. So in your real time scenario, you will start get so much of things, something like 1 lakh users, 2 lakhs computers, or you can say there are so many switches. So other different assets you will get. There may be multiple Linux servers, multiple operating system servers, and there may be multiple. So you can say servers or something. You can also, by seeing this, by click over here, by ascending and descending, you can, if you may have multiple vulnerabilities, high priorities can be seen here, and you can just populate and send it to your vulnerabilities team to mitigate those things. And after that you can go for again VA scan. So if the vulnerability is mitigated, it will show here. Then it is something like compliance and all. You can check the compliance by using these things. So there are so many facilities are available. You can utilize all these assets for these many purposes. And by looking this IP address, you can narrow down what is the exact scene. See, after mousing over, see, you will get network is, asset name is, what is the detected IP, what was the detected MAC. By default, first there is no MAC. After that, I have added what is the operating system, what is the component, and what is the user last touch, what is the description. Right click for more information. See, if I do right click, you can do navigate, you can do information, DNS lookup, who's lookup, asset profile. Once you do the asset profile, you will go directly. Once you click here and asset profile, both are similar. You can also enter into the this is threat intelligence feedback. You can do that. You will get so much of information from Xforce if it is the internet PC. So like that, you can get so much of information. So this is the way you can add your assets. So till now, any doubt?
No, asset means in our organization, whatever the systems which
Exactly.
we have in our
So
organization.
it say sometimes your organization may be in work groups, in maybe domain. So domain and all, if you are adding the domain, so there are some automatically criteria. If you are adding your domain here, you are adding your domain. If you are adding your domain, see, there is something called domain management. If you are adding the domain, see, I am adding something like, if I am adding, then you can come to know. See, I am adding something like ibm.in. Okay, so ibm.in. Okay, I need to add something, so I'll add some log sources. So it's okay. I'll add some custom properties at least. One I'll add at least. So I have to create. Now it is created. Empty capture results are not allowed. Okay. Log sources at least I need to add. It is not giving any event collector. Yeah. This trial is giving. It's okay. Create. Empty capture results are not allowed. Okay, I'll give some dot star question mark class create. See, now ibm.in, forget about all these two. This is I given because of some other reason. So whatever dot, see, if your organization is ibm.in, so if you are connecting your computer to the system, and if this computer is going to the if this computer is going to monitor by QRadar, so if your system is in ibm.in domain, so it automatically understood that if you are XYZ, see, your computer name may be some ABC, or you can say Rahul or Ranjit.ibm.in, that suffix will be automatically added. Why? Because your system is in domain. So this QRadar, why? Because we have added this particular domain. So now QRadar understood that there is a ibm.in domain. So whenever there is a computer comes from host name with suffix .ibm.in, so where you will get all this information, you will get it from DNS entry. So if your system is you are coming from any something XYZ, or you can say DNS logs, so it understood that, see, there is a log called Ranjit.ibm.in, and that particular IP also automatically populate. So those will be automatically added to your assets. So once it is added, then you are logging into the system, you will get so much of information from LDAP, or you can say mail, all those things. All those stuff will be continuously added to this asset populator. See, you are accessing some port 80, so it will be added here. You are also added some 443, you are also accessing 443, it will also added here. If you are accessing on that particular IP address, you are accessing some 1521, it will also added here. Then we can come to know that this particular IP server, that means it may be server. So this server is giving services. What are the things? 80, that is web, 443 is secure web, 1521 is MySQL, that means it is a database web application, or you can say it is a having capability of both web services as well as database services. So this server is providing both the services. One is database, one is web. Like that, you will get the systems populated automatically. So this is the way the QRadar start correlating and getting the information. Okay. Any other doubts?
No.
Yeah, very good. So it's quite easy. Assets will once you are connected to your entire organization. So you first start adding so much of important logs. So if you are adding QRadar, so how to assets will be populated. There is a first there used to be get some manual, the basic manual. What are the things to be added? One of the reason is you need to add DNS logs, DHCP logs, flow logs, and VSCAN. So VSCAN is last. If at all it is not done, there is no issue. But these three logs needs to be added to QRadar as a trustworthy of your assets. See why? Because these three only populates your assets most of the time. So that's the reason. If you are adding all these three, so it will give the best result of your assets. So once it is added, it will automatically captured by so many other logs. So if it is added by DHCP, it's not mean that this asset is always the owner of the DHCP. Once it is added to the QRadar, so this particular asset is the owner of every log source. If it is something related to this IP comes, it automatically captured and throw in this particular one, any one of the properties. See, there are so many properties as I told. You just click. So there are more than 70 properties. See, there is a domain. If the domain has changed, so it will give. Till now it was a IBM.in. Now it was changed over to some XYZ. So that was also added. Network IP, if it is changed, earlier it is 192.168, now it is changed to 200 something. So it will give both the network range 192.168.1.0.0 range and 192.200.0.0. So we come to know that earlier it was that you will get the timestamp also. This is the only one, that's why it is not giving. If it is multiple, then it will give the timestamp when it was changed. So if you are giving some lavish PC and you are changing some name also, the earlier name was lavish PC and followed by it has changed to some XYZ. Okay, so something like group name, operating system changed, and you are giving the same name, and if your operating system also change, it automatically gives that. So many things. If you are changing business owner, contact and all, you need to manually update all these things, of course. But if flows is there, if is there any flow coming over this, it automatically collects. So if you are changing switch ID, you are changing some switch, you are changing some switch port, it will give 21, 23. Earlier it was 21, now it is 22, it's 23. Like that, it automatically populated. So if you are changing from physical location from different network to different network, it automatically, this network was of Bangalore and your 200 network was something Delhi, it will give the location automatically Bangalore as well as Delhi. So any extra data, VLAN information, so all those things will be given. So network interface summary also, see when did loss seen in on this particular network. So all those information. If there any MAC address added, so it automatically populates. See, sometimes you may add new network card, so it will add that one also, comma the new MAC. What is the IP address over this particular MAC address? What is the IP address of other MAC address? All those information. If there any vulnerability, it will give the information. So these many, almost 75 plus properties. See, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So like over here only it's 45, and it is something like 45, 46%, 48, 49, 50, 51. There are some personal properties, 54, and it will keep on increasing. There are so many things. See, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. So some of the things used to be updated. This is older version. Earlier version was something like newer version is around 75. This is a 7.3.3. That's the reason it is having only 6.68 only. But it used to have 75 different properties. These are called properties. You can say aggregator, CVS, open services, switch port ID. All these called are properties to this particular asset. Got it, guys? So this is how we can do a asset profiling. So it will be automatically done by QRadar if you are integrated DNS, DHCP, flows as well as finally VA. If you are integrated automatically, it will be added. But you can also manually add. If someone gives the information, it automatically you can also add, and you can also disable this population also by using some of the methodology. I will tell you how to do those things. But profiling is very good. It will do so much of you can say what can I say correlation, and gives the very good information. See, once it start getting the information, if at all any related information is getting to this IP, it automatically updated in this particular. Srikanth of 5 minutes. So like that, these are the things you can get it. So it's already 7:45. It's okay. So there is something other tab called reports. I don't think it's a very good time to make you people comfort. See, there are some reports criteria is there. Okay, I'll take it tomorrow, no worries. So this is assets, guys. So please go through once again how to create an asset. You go and create. See, I'm doing in trial only. I'm showing why, because you people also get so much of trust. You can say all these things required so much of practice. You do just go and do what are the things. Just come out. What are the major profiling areas? There are 4 profiling areas: DNS, DHCP, and you can say flows. Followed by, you can also add manual. There is a VA. If you are adding VA, if you are doing any schedule, if you are doing any scheduling, see, you can also do. See, you can add VA from here, and if you do any scheduling, that all data will be populated and added over here. So this is how you can populate your assets. So I have given only one area. See, if you have seen this many information, like that you will get all your organization. See, if your organization having some 20-30,000 assets, you can get it in a single handed. You can get by vulnerabilities, by service, by user, who all are the user login into this particular. You can search. See, you can add a filter by last user. See, I am giving. See, you can also see username. Username equals, suppose if I am typing Vishnu, if Vishnu is a user, if I am logging into this particular any one of the system out of 20,000, if I am a suspicious user, you just check it. What is the activity of this user? You may get some 10 or 15 systems. It's a common if it is more than 500 to 600 system. Why one person is trying to entering into 500 so many systems? Why this guy is touched these many assets? So you can go for you can go for some investigation regarding this. Like that, if you have any suspicious activity, you can check what is his crawling area, what are the things he touched, and what are the assets he has touched. So this is one. I am giving just an example out of which you can extract so many information. So how many successful login, how many failure login, those record you will get easily. So like that you can do so much of activity. So this is, guys, this is assets data. You can populate in a various ways. So you can do in these many ways, and we will have a discussion on reports tomorrow, and I will finalize all this again once again, this all 5 tomorrow, so reports is something easy, anyone can do, but okay, I'll explain once again, and I will finalize all these 5 again, these 5. Why? Because we need to, once this session is completed, we will go towards admin part. There are so many stuffs are there. See, we need to talk one by one. So there is a system, there is a data, there is a user, and we will talk about so many things. So we have to talk about how to create user roles, custom properties, regular expressions, DSM-editor, all those we will talk all those things. Once this one clears, so there is nothing. So once this is the main area where you have to do. So dashboard, how to create dashboard, offense, how to create, how to see the offenses and all. We will also see how to create a rule. So we will talk about those things. And we have seen log activity, how to create log activity and how to do filter yes or filter yes, filter no, and we have also seen advanced filters and assets. Now you have seen how assets can be created, how assets can be populated. So this is how populations can be happens. But in a real time scenario, you will get so many assets will be populated. As this is a demo session, we won't get any kind of assets, but I have created manually. Here tomorrow I'll try to bring up some 10 assets, and I'll upload it, make it ready, and that last user and all data will also be try to update. Okay, so for those things we require something like demo network and demo practice sessions. So this is something not so much required, but you need to do. This is something asset population. So what is your asset population? Why it is more? Why it is less? Sometimes you may have some 1 lakh users, but your assets may be only something like 20,000. Why 80,000 is not there? So you need to do some configuration changes, something like you need to add DNS, you need to add DHCP logs, you need to add floors log to populate those things. So you need to understand what are the things to be added. So majorly 3: DNS, DHCP and flow logs. If you are adding all these three, at least if you add DNS and DHCP, most of the logs used to get, but only the assets and only the network assets will not be added. If you want to add those assets also, you can just add flow logs, so you will get it. So this is, guys, for the assets and all. We have seen there are so many properties and all, and we have also seen see how to add a filter. See, nothing specific, just create. If you check asset ID, just I am giving an easiest way, 1001. You see it automatically gives here after the C asset ID equals to 101. If you wanna know something like address, IP address equals, if you know IP address, if you know, see there are so many things. If you know aggregator CVSS score is 10 or more than or equals, greater than, less than. If you want to know aggregated CVSS score is greater than 10, you can get all those data. See list of all sets. So we can come to know that this are the gray area we need to do the practice. You can say clear, or you can say we need to do all these things. So you can also delete the listed number of listed and clean your vulnerabilities. You can do all cleaning. These two, CVSS and vulnerabilities, can be cleaned. Select after selecting this, you can clean those, and you can import and export. As I told you, how many things that are there for, you can do print. All these are the common things. So everyone knows all these things. So this is how assets can be created. Okay. Any more doubts? You can also see, I told there are so everywhere you used to get some quick searches and saved searches. If you go in edit search, you will get saved searches list. See, there are so many saved searches. You can check. These are the basic. You can also save a search. See, everywhere the save search is common. First do a search. See, I am doing some add a filter. IP address is I am doing this one only, so that it will be populated 192.168.1.20. So like this you filter. So now you can save this criteria. You can also include in quick searches. Give 192. See, something I am giving manual asset data. So now save. So once it is saved, so you will get on the quick search. See, in the quick searches you will get the manual asset data. Like that, whatever your assets searches you will added, you will get it over here. So this is nothing more complications. This is something quite easy, but if someone explains, then only it is easy. Else it is something like, see, what is this, and people start getting confusing on it. But there is nothing more, you can say, fully critical, you can say complicated. It is quite easy. Just understand everything. The meaning of search, quick search, save criteria, add filter, add a set. Now actions also, there are so many things. Delete, you can select and delete this. See, delete as I said, delete listed. If you have set of listed, you can delete, clean and all those things can be done. Okay, that's it. So any doubt guys? Else I am going to call off this particular session. Why? Because I have some set of works, that's the reason. So we'll meet tomorrow with new particular tab, that is reports, and I'll finalize all those things.